All right, folks, 6 o'clock. Call the meeting to order. And that's what I was looking for. I need an agenda.
Thank you.
I got mine.
Okay, first we'll approve the minutes for Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Okay. Any adjustments or changes?
I made a change to how your name was spelled, but that's it.
That was it? Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. We're gonna make an adjustment to tonight's agenda. At the last meeting, we discussed buying a new plow truck, and the select board requested Harold to get a couple more quotes from other dealers, which he has done, so we will discuss that. Well, we'll do the, so that's added, right? So we do move that. Can we talk about it when Harold talks about the, okay. All right. Clearwater estimates.
I don't know if anybody saw it when I came in, this was in this select board folder, that is the estimates to, fix the water, but, the last time they came, they really worked on it, and we've noticed a big difference, that there's not black coming out of the drain, and, the odor has improved. So I think we should just
Hold off
hold
on that.
off, 'cause that's huge, 7,000.
Right.
You know, that we were not planning to do, so I think we can just limp along and just be careful
Gotcha.
with the garden and the water out there, because that, I think, was what started it, so, and they're all mindful of it, so.
Yeah.
I will I just wanted to bring it to your attention that I did get an estimate, but it is a lot.
So is right now, is the water okay?
Yeah, I'm noticing that it's like what it was,
So just do their normal
Yeah.
service.
Yeah, I mean,
for
they
this
really
next
worked
year.
on it, they work on it every quarter.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and the regular guy came and he really, did some troubleshooting,
Yeah.
so I think that helped, so,
That helped, and he's doing his job,
Yeah.
upselling,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That's,
right,
that's what salesmen do.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm good with it. We'll roll with what we
Okay.
got.
yep.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, do we need to put a sign up there? Because it was my understanding that other people were turning it on and leaving it on?
Yeah, I think somebody made a sign and had it up there,
Great, good.
but I don't know if that worked or not
And
worked.
right
but-
now, it's
Yeah,
completely
it's
turned off,
Yeah,
right?
it's off,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just the worry, you know,
Come
cause
summer,
it's
coming.
not, you know, it's gauged at a certain amount of use. And
Yeah.
then when that runs all the time, it changes the off,
Yeah.
you know, usage. So that's where it got all screwed up
Yeah.
and we just couldn't get caught up,
Well,
is how I see it.
thanks for getting the
Okay,
quote, but we'll roll with what we got
okay,
right now.
yeah. Thank you.
All right. All right, next up's the budget. And I'm gonna be right up front with you folks. This is my first time doing this, so I'm learning on the job. I've done that a lot of times in my life. But with assistance from everybody, we'll get through this. So we went through, we did up our budget, and with everything, all the increases, the total budget increase between the highway and the general fund is $60,300, which comes to 4.8% increase. So we have gone and looking at it, there's a few things we could adjust a little, which I think we should. And I'll go through those quick. Interest for borrowing, we had it 5, we feel we can back that down to 4 for the year. So there's 1,000. And then just, the community building,
If you leave those two, I think. Skip those two.
skip those two, okay.
I don't think they added up.
They're 500, was
Yeah.
gonna, each one, not really gonna make a dent. So, then fuel oil for emergency service vehicles, we had it 4. We used $2,714 last year, so we're gonna back that off 1,000, bring it down to 3. And that's for the general fund. And then for highway, we had budgeted 28,000. In 2024, we used 24,831. So we're gonna back that off $2,000, which will make it 26,000 for the year.
Which line item is that?
Diesel. And we figure pricing will go down some this year, I don't, it shouldn't go
I'd rather
higher.
see back gas off and diesel if we're gonna buy this truck. Because, I mean, right now we got a gas ton truck. If we buy diesel, we're gonna go to more diesel
Yeah,
and less gas. If that I mean,
So if the budget's 3,000 over on diesel, 4,000, well, 3,200. You're gonna use that much in diesel in that little truck? $3,200 in diesel?
I mean, what did we use in gas last year?
24,17. So we're gonna use, what do we got that's gonna be gas?
Just pumps and
Pumps,
a
so-
blower and just small engine stuff. And a sidewalk machine.
So we certainly could not.
So we could knock 2,000 off that is what,
Right.
right, and
Or
we,
1,000 off that and 1,000 off diesel.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
yeah, because, you know,
One
we're
will
not
wash
gonna
the other
use.
out, whatever
Anyway,
works.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. All right, we'll do that.
I mean, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, so.
Right,
Whatever I
right,
say.
yeah, it's just, we're trying to fine tune it at this point.
And the same on the fuel oil for the highway garage.
Yeah,
Spent 3,300. If you take 1,000 off, budget would be 3,500. So there's 1,000 there too.
okay. So, anybody add those up? Was that 5,000?
Why was it so much lower this year than the year before? Did something change?
What lower?
The fuel oil? Because it was 4,200 actual in '23, and then 3,300 in '24. That's a good thing. It's a nice trend to go down, but it's not. Normal.
Wasn't 23 when fuel
I
skyrocketed?
think it was.
Okay.
5
So
something a
we've kind of
gallon.
now evened out a little bit. Okay.
I mean, I assume that it was 22 or 20, I think
Yeah,
it was
it was-
23.
Last year was a lot higher, because you can see what we budgeted, probably a normal amount, and then it went high, because everything was crazy that year after we'd already budgeted. And then we budgeted a little higher. for this year, and it's more equal out now.
Yeah. So,
And then if we do that article to close the constable reserve and move that to the town emergency fund reserve, then that saves another 5,000 of raising in taxes and gets a $10,000 cut from the 60,000 increase is now 50,000.
Put that money where?
It'll go to the town emergency reserve, so instead of us budgeting 5,000 in there, it'll just get the constable's 6,600.
and it'll do away with the 5,000
Right.
we budgeted. Where is that in it?
Is that the emergency service
Page
building
9.
improvement?
Page 9?
No, town emergency,
Which one is that?
middle way down.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
yep.
So that 5,000 will go to 0. And the constable reserve and the community building property expansion, which has like $400 in it, there's no sense keeping that one either. I've got the articles written, town will have to vote on it.
Vote on it, okay. That's,
Said it
sense.
saves the town money, so I
Yeah.
don't know. why
So-
you would vote against.
with that being said, so that will bring this down to 50,300. I mean, percentage-wise, it's
Right, yeah, it's not gonna
gonna,
affect that.
not even a
but-
point probably, but it is areas that,
Right, and then, we
Can
talked
go.
about the difference in what needs to be raised in taxes, cause that figures in our revenues, plus what you decide to use for fund balance, plus an increase in the budget. So that total, without any of these changes yet, was $121,110 to raise more in taxes this year compared to last year. So now you're gonna take out that 10, and then whatever you decide to use out of the fund balance. So that's on your balance sheet here that I gave you, and the last page shows you the fund balance for each of the funds, taking into consideration of the general fund reserve, CD reserve. The grant fund for FEMA has a negative balance, negative 212. It brings the actual fund balance closer to $80,000. The very last page, I put it all into one.
so our thought is to take 30,000.
Well, it would make sense because highway got all their state highway aid during this year for the first 2 quarters of next year. So normally we budget around 64,000 in revenue, and we're budgeting 32 because we're only gonna get 2 payments, yet we got 6 payments this past year. So using up, if you look on the highway balance sheet, you can see the 72,000, it's 113, this year's fund balance with previous fund balance. So they have that money, the extra money that we got this year from the highway because of the flooding, the state gave all the 2 extra payments, not extra payments, the 2 next payments early. So we're not gonna get those this year, so it makes sense. We did it last year too because of the flood last year, the state did the same thing. So we got the payments ahead again. We budgeted 32 and we used 30,000 or 35 of their fund balance last year to make up that difference, because technically that's that same money. So it went into the fund balance, we didn't budget for that revenue, then you use that fund balance. So that's like budgeting it for the revenue.
Replaces it after.
So doing that again this year, we did 30,000 or some version around there. would get us back to this, kind of the same amount that we normally have had for the highway state aid.
And then when the FEMA money starts coming back,
And then the FEMA money will start, when that starts coming in, that'll eat away at that negative 212 in the grant fund. It's also the VORC money that we've paid ahead and then get reimbursed for, you know, this is the figure at this moment in time, so now we did just receive a check for VORC for 30,000, so, I mean, that will go into the fund balance of that. So
So it's-
that 212 will shrink as VORC and FEMA pay.
Yeah. And our balance will increase,
Fund balance will increase.
so, and it could happen this year,
Good.
could,
I think we'll get a chunk, I think
Yeah.
those ones that have already been sent,
yeah.
you know, maybe 6 months, but I think
All right.
in 2025 we'd get those ones.
So we would be looking at 81,000 roughly to raise.
Yeah, the 10 and the 30 would be 40 off that 121,
Yeah.
so that bring it down to an increase of 80,000 over
80,000.
last year.
Yeah. Well,
I feel that's reasonable.
my thoughts are is it's reasonable.
yeah, me too.
I mean,
So-
considering the cost of everything else.
Yeah, I mean, costs keep going up. I mean, there's a lot in here that was fixed that we got no control over for that
Yep.
50,000 increase. It's just, it's the world we live in, so. I need a motion to approve this budget for the general fund and the highway fund
With adjustments.
with adjustments.
So moved.
Okay,
Second.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, then I think you need a motion to use how much you wanna use for the fund balance.
Okay,
I make a motion that we use $30,000 from the fund balance.
I so move.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Good, good. All right. Okay, Harold, you're up.
I got 3 prices. That's for same guy. From the state. McGee. And, Hayes Ford out of Newport.
All the same thing here.
So I looked at, I got 2 window stickers, one for Twin State and one for Newport, and the price is a little different. I think there's $500 difference in price for the window sticker, and that was the motor. I don't know, it's the same motor, I mean, everything's exactly the same, except for the prices.
Yeah.
The only thing different is the color. This one's white, black, and red. I'm not that fond of a white plow truck.
Red one's cheaper.
That one's cheaper.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds better.
Where are the 3 places? I just wanted to write down. the
Hayes
names.
Ford out of Newport. Twin State Ford, St. Jay,
Yeah,
and McGee out of Montpelier.
3,000 less, no, 2,500,
Yeah.
right?
Well, this was our original price from last meeting.
Yeah, and this is a new quote from
Yeah, so 97.
97.5, so 27.35 difference,
Yeah,
less.
yeah.
Just Hayes, so to me, it's between Hayes and St. J. Ford.
So Hayes will come pick the truck up and take it up to service. McGee offers the same thing, and I'm sure Twin State does too.
Yeah.
So,
Like after you get it service, is that what you mean?
but,
After you get it and it's service?
well, for any service it needs.
Like warranty you're talking.
Services too, by the sound.
It what's he give you so many services?
I'm sure they charge for
They're
it.
gonna charge for it.
But,
I've had Twin State pick up my vehicle twice.
okay,
Yeah.
State Forest Road.
they charge you for that?
Yep. But it was under warranty. So.
We do have someone in Groton that works at Twin State, right? Lives up by Rodney.
Oh,
Nate,
that was sure.
Nate White used to work.
She used to, she don't work there anymore.
Oh, she doesn't? Oh, okay.
Nick Smith's wife.
Yeah, okay. I guess that would be the only, it's another 25 miles to Hayes. I don't,
So,
it's $2,500.
it's
It's,
pretty minor.
yeah. But if they're apples to apples, myself, I'd buy it at Twin State because it's closer.
And how much is that one?
That's 100,235. And the one from Hayes,
Hang on,
come on.
my computer did a thing.
Oh, I'm sure, because I know it weren't me talking to.
Nope, go ahead.
So, Twin States, you got that 100,235 plus fees, whatever. Do towns have to pay tax?
No tax.
No tax, right? Just
Just
registration?
registration, but I think that's a
Yeah.
flat rate,
Yeah,
if I remember right.
yeah. And then from Hayes, it's 97,500.
And that's the one that's in Newport?
That's in Newport.
And I guess McGee is the one that's white that we don't want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, McGee was in the middle of those two.
yeah, white truck, just.
Yeah. So, and the other thing is, we probably gotta call a special meeting
To approve
to
it,
approve.
just to be on the safe side.
But, any thoughts, Bobby?
Well, I'm an accountant, so I always like a
You
cheaper
like the
price.
cheaper price? I mean, I
And
guess,
that's just how I feel, because it's not my money, it's the town's
Yeah.
money.
I don't know, on this one, I think maybe the closer one is better, because Newport is a ways away.
Yeah.
and that,
I mean, warranty work can be done at any Ford dealership.
That's true, too.
They won't turn away warranty work because they get paid for it.
Yeah. That
they
is
can
true.
make it harder on you. I was a service manager.
Well, that's not
You
good
don't-
business practice.
They can't turn you away, but Mr. So-and-so.
I'm just putting my
spend
2
his-
cents out there.
Spend his money with us, go get that truck. It's just the world we live in.
Yeah.
I don't foresee there being a lot of issues with it under the warranty part anyways. I mean, we're gonna be through the 5-year warranty with not a lot of miles on it, right? I mean, what are we gonna have, what do we put? 6,000 a year or
It's probably more than that.
more than that, but, so, that being said, I don't see we're buying a truck that we're gonna have to spend a lot of time on the phone having them come get it, or vice versa. Worst case scenario, okay, we could take it to Twin State, which, and it's, so, and that one's red. Match Phillips drawings, it's perfect. So at this point, we've got a call for a special meeting. We gotta warn it for next,
That's what I think, but
We can do it, what, next Monday?
what works for you, Bobby?
Any day but Wednesday.
So, we'll,
Does that make a
What-
big difference than waiting for 2 weeks for the next select board meeting?
Well, they were nice enough to keep the prices the same after the new year, because they do a new year push.
Special, yeah.
I mean, I talked to the guy at St. J, he's like, I'll keep my price there for now, but,
yeah,
you know, I mean, they're.
Don't they do big sales around President's Day?
Keep pushing it out.
so, let's have a meeting Monday,
This coming Monday?
yes. Well, what's the earliest you can do, Bob? 7 in the morning?
We could do Saturday morning. Take us about 5 minutes.
Right. How many days, we don't have enough days, do we?
Huh?
Gotta warn it.
Right.
Gotta
but
warn it.
It help,
48 hours.
Right.
Have to be Saturday night.
so yeah, we could do that. Take us 5 minutes.
Or does that make much of a difference? Just do it Monday morning at 7 AM before anyone goes to work?
Yeah,
10:30?
sure.
Sunday
True.
morning.
True, because
Yeah.
Saturday night, they aren't gonna be open anyway,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Yeah, Monday, anytime works for me,
Yeah, me too.
just
7:30 sounds better than
7:30
7.
better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we'll be
Okay,
to work on time.
we'll vote on it.
Harley,
Monday
will you
morning.
set up that agenda? Will you set it up or you want me to? Okay, all right, thank you.
That'll work for you, Harold. Guess it'll have to.
So one other thing I got is I put the ad in papers. I had one person ask about the job, and he thought about it, and he's like, I don't wanna be on call. So, we have no new temp application.
And that,
Is this for your temporary? Do you have to have a special license?
You don't?
It's a small truck.
You'll be driving that brand new truck?
brand new truck?
Well,
Should be
maybe
in
I'll wanna
somewhere.
do that.
Did we put the pay in the paper?
We didn't.
I'm sure they could ask you if.
Yeah, no, I just don't, I mean,
Yeah, 'cause you pay by the word, so, I mean, I put it pretty basic, simple
yeah,
ad.
I'd say there's probably some old codger that could do that, but I'm an old codger now. I don't wanna plow. That's what we need, someone local that is flexible.
Right. That's the hard part, is the flexibility.
But did you put it in there that you didn't put it there, you need the CDL?
I said something to the effect of no CDL required, but
Helpful.
helpful
Would
or
help,
something.
yeah.
But
No, just out.
When did you put the ad in?
it was a couple weeks ago now.
So we probably should do it again then.
Where was it advertised?
It was in the Caledonia Record and in the JL.
About as good a coverage as we're gonna get here. Yeah, it's almost, you gotta think of somebody and go
Ask.
pursue them. Anybody got any ideas? I don't want these two complaining to me about plowing this driveway out. Yeah, I think that we're just like a bunch of other towns, there's not a lot of people raising their hands to having
Yeah, it's a tough one being on call and
on call and
I mean,
And then when you get retired, I don't wanna be on call.
right,
So
I don't wanna get up at 5 in the morning,
No.
go work for 2 hours, and go
And
home.
there's somebody out there that will do it, we just gotta find him. Even some young kid that we could,
No young kids wanna work.
no, I know, and you gotta be careful there, cause you don't wanna wreck your brand new truck either.
Right.
You know, there's a line there, but, I guess run it again.
What about Bridge Weekly?
I struggle with Bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it doesn't go out, it doesn't go out anymore.
Yeah,
Well, it
so,
goes out, but it's
it's
also, you
limited.
don't need to have a subscription to get it either, which could be a benefit.
Do we have it on our webpage? I mean, not that people are cruising on the Groton Town webpage, but,
So we can.
I mean, I don't know.
What about Facebook for those young folk that don't wanna work?
Yeah. It's worth a try, if you,
Just throw the ad up there.
I don't
know.
look at a newspaper, so.
someone that likes to dabble on Facebook.
Clearly they have time to work.
Yeah, I would say run it again, the papers, and if we can get it on Facebook or social media somehow, that might spark the interest in someone.
so I'll get you the thing, Gary. And post it.
Just put out, I mean, what's it, $25 to run it in the paper? Yeah, probably more than that.
JL was like 70 some odd dollars.
Is that- yeah, just like it.
45 for bridge.
Yeah, I'd say run it one more time.
We've actually had our last 2 hires from Front Porch Forum or Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Front Porch Forums, you know, it's free.
It's
A
great
lot of
idea.
people look at it.
Yeah, it's free.
Never heard of it.
no,
Because I've never heard of it.
I've heard of it,
We're on.
probably put it on Marketplace.
yeah.
Green Mountain Trader.
Yeah, no. All right, anything else, Harold?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we'll have something for you Monday. Treasurer?
Okay, well, thank you for approving the budget. I'll print, reports for the departments so they know where they're at and what they used in 2024. We're working on the end of the year, and it's just a reminder, the town report is begun. We have like 20 days, 22 days to get it all done. So,
Minus weekends.
yeah, reminder to send in your write-ups about your department if you want it to be in there. I had a bunch of POs, in the folder. It's the time where we start up new, where we have open POs for the electric bill and oil and all that. So those all have to be approved. And then I wrote up a thing to help Larry, he's the chairman, for, select board highlights for 2024, just so he can, you guys can work on the write-up for the town report. You can, I just put bullets in, Larry,
Yeah.
to what was happening, but, I mean, there's a lot more, but I didn't know how much detail you wanted, so, I guess that's it.
All right, thank you, Lisa. I do want to say, I got a lot of compliments from people on the signs that Lisa and Carrie,
The banners.
the
Oh,
banners,
banners, yeah.
the banners,
Yeah,
so
I've heard
people
that
notice
too.
them.
Oh, good,
And
good.
want to thank Harold for the grader. Looked good
Yeah, it
down
looks
here.
so good, yeah.
Christmas Eve looked really good up, so, and the fire department for New Year's Eve out here.
Yeah.
So it's all good stuff.
Yeah,
People notice that stuff.
yeah, it's nice.
Okay, Carrie, you're up.
So I did town meeting warning, just kind of quickly. So, you guys aren't as familiar with how that goes, so that's got most of what I could think of to be in it. We'll have to adjust that, obviously the budget stuff there, but that just gives you an idea of how it would go. the people who need to be elected, and then the articles below it, the property tax, I don't know if you guys know that, it's, you know, the first Friday in November, and if you don't pick a date, then by law, the bills are due 30 days from the time you mail them out, so that's why that's always in an article, so there's a specific date. And then the two about the reserves, closing them and moving them, the budget, and that's really it. So, pretty simple. I'll go through and double check the members, the you know, the moderator, select board members, all the elected officials. So that's just to give you an idea.
Yeah, we're not
You'll
signing
approve it
off.
at
Yeah,
the
we'll
next
approve it
meeting.
next meeting. You'll have-
Put those
yeah.
final figures in and see if anything comes, because, you know, if there was a petition from the town, they have till, can't remember the date, January something, 15th, 14th, to get an article on the warning.
All right.
So have that on the agenda, Harley, for next time, the town meeting morning.
March 4th will be here quick. All right, what
So
else?
then the program that I signed up the 2 properties for that extra emergency watershed protection grant. So one of them got approved. The other one was more like the damages to their home, so that's not really what it covers. So it looks like it would help up behind Upper Valley Grill to clean out the river, 250 feet. So they said they don't know the amount of money yet. You know, it's been approved for funding, but they don't know how much. And it would be 75%. Upper Valley Grill would be the 25%. It's not really town related, it's the place. So I forwarded it to Bill to let him know.
And that doesn't make sense, cause fixing that up there helps
Well, that one
a
is,
lot of people
approved.
Down below.
down
Yeah.
below. It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense that Upper Valley Grill has to take the brunt of that.
Yeah.
But I guess that can be discussed.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do it. If the 25% is too much money, then
Yeah, I know, I think
I mean,
the town needs to look into
it's
it
just a
too.
separate, separate funding.
If that doesn't get fixed sooner than later, there's just gonna be more problems downstream. You know, the whole, it's,
Yeah.
I mean, but we'll discuss it more. I'm
Yeah,
glad
I
to
don't
hear
know.
it got approved, but
I
at
don't know how
least,
much money it'll be that they've.
I know when I went with the lady, it was a percentage of what the property's valued at. They won't put more into it than how she explained it. If the place worth $1 million, they'll do $1 million worth of work.
Yeah,
The place worth 200,000,
yeah.
so it's whatever the value of that piece of
I mean,
property
it's
is.
debris removal and sediment and debris from the river, so
Yeah,
wouldn't think it's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that, but
no,
I don't know.
Depending on how,
250 feet of the channel.
yeah.
depends
Yeah.
on, depends on what they call debris. If they're gonna get into rocks and all that, then we'll eat it up real
Well,
quick.
remove sediment and woody debris.
Yeah, and removing that, there's a lot of sediment there that
Yeah.
it actually will, talked about, same as with Harold, when we went up on Fifields, of redirecting the river, so. I guess that's phase 1, right? It's a start,
Yeah, it's,
yeah. And what was the other one, out on Sion? The one that-
right, and
Yeah,
theirs was a little more specific to their buildings, their structures, where
yeah.
this program is not to fix
A building,
structures,
is
it's
to
to
fix the riverbed,
help for the
Yeah.
next time,
yeah.
not to
Yeah.
clean up the damage that it did now.
All right, well, we'll get
So,
more.
like I
I
said,
mean,
one got approved, so we'll see what the next step and
Yeah.
how much money, like I said, it didn't say how much money.
Yeah,
The other thing, I sent everyone an email, I think I've heard from everyone except for you three about abatement meeting. I just sent it
Oh, I
today.
thought that was just info for us. I didn't think that that was,
Well, I just need to know if you can make it to the meeting so I can schedule it. It's the 13th at 5 o'clock, not this Monday, next Monday,
okay.
Where's the meeting at?
right here.
Right here.
So you can just let me know, you don't have to say right now.
Oh, I'll be there.
Yeah, I can make
I'll
it.
be there.
Okay. So that,
Just remind me.
yeah. So that, I think, is about all I have. We have left it in your folder, the copy of the equalization study and the new rates for the CLA, Dorothy, we're be talking about. So the state has done a new way of figuring, a little adjustment to everyone's rates on the average for the state instead of just being kind of on your own. So it did definitely help us. We would have been at 64%. It bumped us to 88, so the closer you are to 100, the better it is. That's where we used to always be, right around 100, 102, 98, and then all the houses sold crazy and dropped us down. And they're still selling crazy above what they're assessed for, that's why we need to do the reappraisal. So, you know, that state's come up with some new adjustment. Like I said, they're taking the average of the state, I believe, instead of leaving you on your own of what your average is. So that, theirs is around 72, the statewide adjustment. So that, like I said, bumps us from the 64 to the 88, which that'll be good. That's
Awesome.
why our education rates were so high. Part of the reason.
Can you say that again?
It's so high for this past year. So that'll help bring them a little more reasonable. And that's what I have.
Good. Thank you.
Welcome.
Dorothy?
So, as Carrie said, the equalization study results came, I've got to look at, they just came the last day or two, I've got to look at the individual properties and be sure they've got all of the properties in there that should be. It's our properties that are valid sale. And some years I've found ones that they've put in that shouldn't have been, or ones that should have been in that aren't there. So I've still got to get a hold of those properties and do some more research on that. And a lot of it, this is the first year with the new system, and they're still doing a lot with figuring it all out with the legislature. So I think one of the things that looks like is going to happen is reappraisal every 6 years. So if we do ours in 2029, then it would be 6 years from there. I think I'm hearing that a lot, so I think that's going to be at least one of the things that's going to fly out of this, is that that's going to be that, which is good. We've been doing them like every 10 years, but there are towns out there that haven't done it for 10 or 15 years. Some of the towns, just when they started looking at all this, hadn't done anything since like 2004, 2005, which is totally unacceptable. So, but a lot of that's still in the works. I gave you a paper there with dates for that Bart Schlesinger is able to come. So I don't know if you want to look at that and get back to me, or pick a date tonight, or, so she's at 9 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We thought that might work for you, Bobby, and it's going to be weather permitting, because she'll be coming in from Barry, so. And I mean, this was just 2 weeks, so if you want to push it out and do it later.
No, I don't think we should push it out any longer. I'm flexible on any of it, Bobby. You kinda,
Yeah, Bobby's the one that needs
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, I mean, it might be nice to pick one of the days that she has the day right after available and put it to her that if we can't do it one day, could we do it the next?
Okay.
I don't know if that's something that she could do.
Yep, she's flexible on all of these days, so whatever you think. The other thing I noticed was this Wednesday, the 15th. I don't know if you want to try to do that. That would be your next selectmen's meeting.
right.
I don't know what you want to do.
And that doesn't matter to me.
That doesn't matter to me
I
Yeah,
mean, I don't care, just not the 8th.
yeah, well, let's,
Yeah, anything but the 8th I can.
yeah, so approach her that way. We'll plan on Tuesday the 14th.
Tuesday the 14th,
Yeah,
the day before the select.
select board, and if Bobby can't make it, we'll do it, right? That's how you wanted to,
Well, no, I was thinking if the weather's bad.
yeah,
for
the weather,
her.
for her.
Yeah, if it doesn't work that day, then
Yeah,
we could do it on the 15th.
15th.
And you want 3 o'clock.
Okay, so Tuesday the 14th, and what time do you
Or I
want to
could-
do, 9 o'clock or 3?
I can do either, I could plan to work from home, so I could shift my day around. So whatever, if, I can do either, so whatever works better for you guys, morning or afternoon.
Doesn't matter.
9's good for me. It's-
Then we'll do
Let's do
morning.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock on Tuesday the 14th.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
and just explain to her if it's bad weather, we'll do it the next day.
Okay,
All
all
right.
right.
Well, if we do that, should we tell her we'll put it up with our meeting?
Yeah,
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 yeah, if we do it on our meeting day, then we'll have her come,
At 3 PM,
yeah,
At 3 o'clock or something.
yeah.
Okay,
so that would make a little more sense for us, I guess.
all right,
I don't care.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'll let her know Tuesday the 14th at
Yeah.
9. Okay. I think that was all that I had.
okay, thank you. Zoning help, Dan got anything for us? I know he's got a lot going on.
Yep, he's up at the lake with between two property owners, someone's blocked a right of way, and he was up there today and the other day, and talking with the lawyer for the one property, but he talked to the property owner, the person who has blocked the right of way, and he's gonna take care of it, so
Oh,
it's gonna get reopened up.
Is that the like storage unit that's sitting there?
Yeah. So I guess, it was a little rough at first, but then the person understood it had to get moved.
open it back up. Good, good.
Yeah.
Did Fire and Fast have anything, send anything in?
Haven't heard anything.
Okay. Update, any grants going?
I sent you that info on the MRF that came through. I have it printed here too if you want. Emailed you the email with the attachment, getting that started. I think everyone wants to talk about it. What their whole process, some stuff we gotta get going on, and then you want paper copies of?
Yeah, yeah, please. As you know, I don't do well with emails.
So they're getting started with all that stuff and all the requirements.
So is this the one you're gonna help us with, Mike?
Yeah, Dennis and I had a phone call meeting this morning
Yeah, good.
on this and other next steps, and we're gonna take advantage of the NVDA's offer to talk about resources, like we talked about, in terms of project management. We're starting the process right now, and Tom, you may have gotten a call, but we'll be reaching out across the community for recommendations on contractors and start to build that list based on the categories and scope of work. Ideal preference is going to be someone from Groton or the area, if we can find that. And so we've got a series of weekly calls. Anyone's welcome to join them if they want. It'll be 6 p.m. on Thursday. And that would be Dennis and I. Brent Smith has offered to contribute in some different ways as well. And I think the other thing we're looking for is be nice to get a next generation person involved. Someone 30 to 40 who's also interested in this, kind of thinking about the next one coming down the road, so to speak. So but that's where we're at. So we're also requesting template RFPs from Efficiency Vermont and NVDA to get those. Barry has provided us with the procurement policy. Lisa, thank you for the lighting work that was done. I think you did that to Dennis.
Yeah.
So we're kind of just marching forward.
Very good. Thank-
If we're done with that grant, I wanted to mention about the Community Connect grant as well. So-
Yeah, we're open to the public, another business now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So that, as part of that USDA Community Connect grant, that was the $2.85 million grant we got to connect 300 homes with fiber. There was a small $150K for a quote-unquote community space, a new space to be created, which would open up digital access to residents, but also, access to job opportunities, financial advisement, education, and other things. So we've got a sort of call it an early planning meeting a week from Friday. Got about 15 people or so coming in from different areas. NK Broadband, we've got DMU, Emily Knisely's coming in, both libraries, trustees, NECA, possibly Little Rivers, and we've got some emergency management folks coming in as well, because I think part of the idea here is this will be a digital space that can be used for access, but also for potential training as a training center, which is really resonating with the state right now in terms of emergency management and the abilities to support regional training activities, and also the ability to support quote-unquote command center type capabilities with great communications, so when the next flood shows up, they have a place to work out of or utilize. And so there's what we're trying to do with this meeting, which is a week from Friday at 8:30 a.m. At the SAS space here right in the village, is just get the community together to understand needs. I mean, we've got about it's $150,000 that can go into this community center, and in terms of equipment and capabilities, and that includes, giving $17,000 or providing $17,000 of digital equipment to the library, another $10,000 to the South Reigate Library in terms of computers and printers, and then also the Groton Nature Center. We want to turn that into a hotspot up there because it's a communications dead zone up there. But there's going to be a good chunk of that money left going into this new space. And so we want to make sure we got people together so we can take advantage of this. It's a 2 to 3 year experiment in terms of how long the space is open. And we want to make sure we can check as many boxes as we can in terms of being beneficial and impactful to Groton. So I think we've got Brent Smith, he'll be there, sort of EMD perspective. I think Aaron is going to plan to come from a fire department perspective. But then there's an opportunity for obviously DMU and the libraries and NECA and others to kind of share what they'd like to see out of it, because we haven't spent the money yet, and we want to make sure we create the space, which was graciously donated by Rural Edge for this project. And we want to make sure we structure it and equip it with the right equipment so we can do a lot of good things in terms of impact on the town. So it's a long way of saying that if you're interested, any select board member is interested, I think you probably need to keep it to one, or you need to warn it possibly. But you're welcome to come to this meeting if anyone is interested. It's 8:30, it's a couple hours. On Friday, January 10th, Carrie or Lisa, you're welcome as well if you want. We're open to ideas because we're at the planning stage right now. And I think the idea is to open this space. We're targeting April 1st. That could accelerate, it could be pushed out. There's a lot of variables coming together. There still is not a official USDA grant agreement that NK Broadband is waiting on. So that could be coming in a week, it could be coming in a month, we'll see. Anyways, we want to make sure we have the ability to move on this and have a good plan in place. place. There was an initial plan put in place for the grant, which helped us secure the grant. Now it's like, how do we build that out, and how do we, you know, that was 20 months ago. How do we build something that is of value to Groton and its residents, and also regional towns around us as well, so.
So what building is Rural Edge?
It's called the SAS space, so if you go down to the library, it's between the library and the Artisano, the old retail front
Oh,
there,
yeah.
kind of right in the middle. It's
Yeah.
about 430 square meters,
Yeah.
excuse me, square feet of space.
Yeah.
And they've offered it to us. When I say us, I mean NK Broadband, I'm just our rep.
Yeah,
That's been on
yeah.
the board for 5 years, but it's, that space will be outfitted, and we really are envisioning things like state-of-the-art video conferencing for training, because training is popping up as we talk to different groups. Came up today with Derek, the Fast Squad. It's come up in the past with other groups we've talked to. We're also looking at how do we create privacy pods and the ability to do a doctor's appointment remotely, the ability to attend a court session remotely. We want this to be a very well-equipped digital resource that deals with the transportation challenges and other challenges we have here in terms of accessing services, given our location, and given the requirement to, you know, have a vehicle to do so many different things. So that's the idea, and you know, we don't. I mean, if there's a select board member that would love to come, we'd love to have you there. So.
When is that meeting again? You said the 10th?
It's Friday, January 10th, 8:30. It's probably going to be a couple hours. There will be other stages here. This is kind of like, how do we build this out based on a lot of input. The idea is to also do a community survey in terms of services and where the needs are. And this will be getting sort of fleshed out in the next 30 to 60 days or so. But it's a good time. You're going to hear from anyone that's going to attend is going to hear from a wide variety of constituencies in terms of healthcare, education, economic impact, public safety, on some of their needs and the way that we may be able to help address them with this opportunity. It really, truly is a unique opportunity for the town of Groton.
Sounds good.
So if any one of you wants to attend, I think we have to be careful of that too, right? Is that correct? So, I mean, you guys can let me know, get an invite if it does work for one of you, so.
I was actually thinking my daughter might enjoy attending this. She's mastering in social work, so.
Is she?
Yeah, so this would be something that would be
Is
right
she
up her
around
alley.
locally?
Yes.
Well, why not, yeah. I mean, those are the type of people
Yeah.
we want at the table.
Yep.
Yeah. And very involved community members as well, so, yep. So, feel free, Becky, my email is mgeiss, MGAISS.
I think I've got it right in my, yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
I thought you were saying that because you were gonna go.
No, I'm like, this is right up Morgan's alley. She is all
I
over
mean,
this.
I can't go
You
on
can't.
that day.
I think she would.
I can, yeah, I think one of us should come.
I mean, even if you were to come for the first hour.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
I think that would,
Yeah.
that would signal well. I mean, NK Broadband is their executive director. I mean, she's got 71 towns. She's coming to
Yeah.
Groton.
See a face, so,
And one of their
yeah.
other senior managers.
yeah. No, I can. I don't, shouldn't be a problem.
Great.
So do I, what?
Just remind you.
Just remind me.
Should we use your town email for the
Yes.
calendar invite?
Yeah.
You know, the cell phone number, text it.
Yeah, I like that. I actually
5
have
minutes
that.
before.
Hey, it's me right up front with you.
All right, thank you.
Very good, thank you, Mike. All right. Follow up. Nothing there, is there? We already signed the orders. Okay, We're gonna have our special meeting
Right.
Monday.
Monday, 7:30. That's, and then items for next select board meeting.
We'll have the,
We'll have the Carrie's deal here.
Yeah, the articles,
Um,
and the town report.
Is that it?
So,
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Motion, I can make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Very good.